It's the first time in a very, very long time anyways, that there's a situation that's hitting everyone equally.
Whether you're in Kenya or Australia or England or Spain or California, you're going to be affected by this.
The epidemic is such that you can't really seal yourself off from the rest of the world.
For the first time, we are seeing globally that we are interdependent.
I'm not in my little silo. We are all interconnected. We all depend on each other and can be affected by what we do. And so if that is the case, then what am I bringing into the world?
The best thing that you can do for you, your family, your friends, your employees, is to be able to stay in a calm, relaxed state.
I'm going to choose to respond in calm, because that's what's going to get us through it in a better way. If I respond in chaos, it's only going to cause more chaos.
If you panic, you're really taking fear and putting it on steroids. It doesn't have anything that's really beneficial, and you're often focusing on the wrong issues. This virus is definitely not the pandemic that's going to threaten the species. It's relatively benign for almost everybody. The folks that really get hurt badly, if you can space out when they get hurt, we've got plenty of medical treatments that are improving daily to be able to keep up with the problem. And the social distancing measures will work. They have worked in South Korea, they have worked in China, but they take weeks.
So basically, we're in this global emergency situation where business as usual is over. Now, as much as this will come with some pain and some losses, if we really think about it, was business as usual a good place to begin with? Was it healthy for our mental health? Was it healthy for the planet?
We're destroying our planet. I don't know if you know the statistics. There are 1 billion people around the world that are obese, and 1 billion people around the world that are starving to death. Our world is not lacking resources. We're just so abusive and so irresponsible. There are all of those talks about we're not going to leave anything for our children. No, it is a lot more urgent than that.
The waterways of Venice are turning clear for the first time in decades. Satellite pictures of the atmosphere over our major population areas is becoming less and less polluted. Will these real-life, real-time observations awaken us to a striking awareness of the impact of our activities on this planet?
So maybe there's some good that can come from pausing business as usual, because maybe we weren't going in the right direction to begin with. Maybe we weren't happy. Maybe we were just surviving, but we weren't truly thriving.
All we want is happiness, and we're sadder than ever. So many people have depression, so many people have anxiety.
1 in every 4 is clinically depressed. Teen suicide is at an all-time high. Suicide in general is at an all-time high. And we're not even addressing the problem.
And here we are now, fully a witness to our mental health.
What are we being shown? What are we being taught about what is important to us, about what values we have?
You needed a reminder, apparently the globe did, that we all need to slow down. We all need to be reminded of what's actually important instead of bickering with each other about everything.
We are being asked to go back to the basics, go back to what really matters, go back to our homes, go back to our families, slow things down, reset, recalibrate.
This is the time to recalibrate. Ask yourself, what was not working in my life before? Was I passionate? Was I purposeful? Was I abundant? Was I living in connectivity? Was I taking care of my health? Was I developing? Was I meditating? And this is your moment. This is the reset button that we didn't dare to press.
My friends, it is time, once and for all, to cut the bullshit. We need to start talking about happiness.
It's like we've started to tell ourselves, no, we should not be happy. And so we started to delay it. We started to say, when I have achieved the other more important priorities, then I have earned the right to be happy. What priority is more important? It's like when you really think about it, aren't you trying to achieve all of this so that you become happy? And as we try to chase that success, we ignore everything that matters.
I'm telling you, you don't have to sacrifice your health, your family, the things that you care about, your sanity. You don't have to play this cutthroat game. We bought into a story that doesn't lead us to happiness. And it's time to change that narrative on a personal level, but I also believe at a global level.
So we're entering now the space between stories. Like, we don't know anymore what the answer is. We don't know who we are. We don't even know what's real. And it leaves us open to another story. That only happens through crisis and breakdown, collapse. The old story has to fall apart.
Your business practice has to change. Your life practice has to change. Your parenting practice has to change. When we come out of this tunnel, come out different, with a different consciousness. Stop caring only about you.
Those things you go to your graves and your deathbed with are going to be not how much money did I make, it's going to be how much did I serve, did I give back, how creative was I? How was I able to spread and add a value?
Who are you? What energy are you carrying? What is the imprint that you're leaving behind? How have you touched the lives of others?
All of us have a beautiful and holy opportunity. We can be contagiously good. I believe in the power of words. I believe in the molecule-altering properties of kindness, compassion, selflessness, and forgiveness. These are not headline-grabbing qualities, but they're what I believe we're hungering for beneath the shouting and the finger-pointing and the fence-building.
We're living in a huge choice point where people either crawl into a hole, pick up a gun, or roll up their sleeves and say, hey, let's build the world that we want. Right? We all would like to see a cooperative world, and we can start it locally in our communities.
And it is so important now more than ever that we understand that we need to reach out to one another, that we need to support one another.
Already across the world, spontaneous community groups are emerging. People are helping one another. People are helping the vulnerable.
That is our job here, is to contribute to the conditions for a different collective choice. That is the metamorphosis that collectively we're going into right now. That is the initiation.
Now, like never before, is the time where our spiritual work really becomes critical. This is the time where we need to put into practice. If a tree is going to withstand a storm, it needs to have strong roots. It needs to be grounded. We've got a storm of change coming. If we're going to face that, we need to just be grounded in ourselves, know our deeper being. But trees also need to be flexible, to bend with the wind. We need to be flexible in ourselves. We've got to let go of so much of our traditional, conventional egoic thinking and be prepared to be completely fresh in how we approach things. And we need community to see us through.
This is a photo of a woman post-Hurricane Katrina walking down the street that she grew up in. Hurricane Katrina destroyed everything, but they couldn't destroy one thing: oak trees. And the reason why they survived is because they had deep roots. And it wasn't just that they had deep roots. Their deep roots were connected to the deep roots of other oak trees, and sometimes spanning over 100 miles. And so whenever one oak tree is in trouble, the other oak tree starts giving in, and if that other oak tree needs a little bit more backup, that third oak tree comes in, and there's this whole network of oak trees, and together they create an incredibly resilient ecosystem.